Now, it's time now for my first guest, and she's recently been bungee jumping in New Zealand, and she'll soon be bringing that heartbreaking story of Cinderella to Woking. But first, she returns to our screens as Stacey in the BAFTA award-winning sitcom Gavin and Stacey. Please give it up for the lovely Joanna Page. Let me hear you. Come on. How are you, gorgeous?
I'm very well, thank you.
Isn't she like a little ray of sunshine? Were you ever Annie when you were a child?
No, I wasn't. I think I should have been, but I wasn't. I don't think I had the singing voice for it.
No, you'd have been a great Annie. Listen, Gavin and Stacey's coming back.
Yes.
Thank the Lord.
Oh, third series, the last one.
That's the last one?
Yes, that's it.
That's it.
Over.
Oh, you're joking, really? They could run and run that, you know.
Well, yeah, I think it probably could run and run, but I do think it's a nice ending. I think it's a strong ending. Yeah. Fingers crossed it's going to be an all right series, and then that's it.
No, it's a winner, Gavin and Stacey. And are they moving back to Barry? So Gavin now moves to Barry.
Yes, and we're living in Barry. So Stacey's obviously incredibly happy because she's got her omelettes, her mum, her Uncle Bryn. And Gavin is trying to settle into to life in Wales and a new job.
And does he get on well down there?
Well, I think it's pretty difficult for him, but I think he settles in.
How's Nessa? How's she doing? What's she up to?
Well, she's obviously looking after little baby Neil. So there's all of that going on, and she's with Dave, and so she's fine. Yeah.
And Pam Ferris, is it true? She's I love Pam Ferris.
Yeah, she's playing Smithy's mother.
Oh, you're joking, is she?
Yeah. So she was great to work with, really, really lovely. And it was, you know, my God, after watching her for so many years in The Darling Buds of May, and she's such an amazing actress, just keeps getting better with Gavin and Stacey, because you get, you know, actors coming in to do all the other parts, and it's just another amazing actress you've always wanted to work with.
What's the weather like down in Barry? Because I remember years...
It's boiling, Paul, absolutely boiling.
Is it good? When I worked in a club down there a million years ago, it was freezing.
It's so cold, so cold. But there's this one bit, and they put me in these denim hot pants with no tights or anything, but plenty of fake tan. And when we were filming, it was raining and just really, really grey and absolutely freezing. But it wouldn't be Barry without the bad weather, would it?
Yeah. Rob Brydon's singing in it, I suppose. Oh,
yes,
fabulous.
The first episode.
I love him singing.
So that has got to be one of the most funniest things we've ever filmed. The first episode is little baby Neil's christening, and Uncle Bryn does a song in the church. And filming it, I don't know how I got through it. I was nearly physically sick because he was doing it, and on each take he was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and doing all, you know, when people sing and they go, oh, you know,
all that vocal gymnastic stuff,
But in the background, we had Maggie, who plays Doris, on the drums. and she's supposed to be playing the drums, but it's just completely out of rhythm. So it's the odd bang every now and then. So our producer, Ted, was trying to get her in rhythm, so he's in the pew, hiding on the floor, and all we could see was this little biro going up in the air like that from behind the pew for the cue of when she's supposed to hit the drums.
How did you shoot the scene?
When the camera was on us, there was one point when I was just sitting there trying to smile, and then I sort of just went like that, and thought I'd just completely ruined the take.
Poor Chris Kearney, she suffered with us on Eyes Down.
Yes, yeah.
Shocking. For corpsing and laughing.
You walked off set once,
I did. I threw a wobble. And I got on a bus, and I said, how much to Tower Bridge? And I had 3 dogs with me and a lovebird in a cage. And a wig on, which was half hanging off. Said, we don't go to Tower Bridge, mate. I said, here's 50 quid, you do now.
And did he?
If I'd had a gun, I'd have gone, move. No, he didn't. No, I got back off. Look, we've got a clip here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, babe, please.
So how's it all going with Dave, living together and that?
Well, you know, he's got his faults, I got mine. They're just magnified when you live in a caravan. How are you finding it with Gavin, my old room?
Oh, I absolutely love it. I wake up in the morning and think, lush, I'm in Barry. I just hope Gav likes the job so that we can stay and get our own place.
The thing about relationships, Stace, it's all about give and take. Sometimes you give.
Sometimes you take.
That's my problem with Dave. I only want to give. He's fed up of taking.
Was it sad filming the last episode?
Oh, it was
I bet
really
it was.
sad. Well, for about a week leading up to it, me and Ruth were just crying constantly. You know, when you just walk on set, look at each other and just go, don't look at me, don't look at me. It's what we were like. And then on my last ever day, she came and sat in the lunch bus and said, that's it. That's the last line that we're ever going to say to each other. It's over. And then she went, I've got to go. This is too painful. And ran off crying. And then we just spent... she kept coming in to see me then, and she was just crying constantly. And then she said she got into her car, and I'd been in there earlier on, and she'd had a little seat warmer thing, you know, when it warms up the seat, and she turned the car on, and it came on, and she just started crying because it was like I was still there. It's honestly like I died or something.
Do you know those seat warmers? Women love them, don't they?
So nice.
They're I always think I've wet myself.
Well,
no,
yeah,
no.
it does feel like
You know when you
that.
sit down and they turn the heat on, you go...
Yeah. It's like this warm sensation.
It's terrible.
Spreading.
But all the fellas hate it, and all the girls seem to love it, the seat warmer. It
Yeah.
just feels obscene to me.
I love them.
Is the show on in America, yeah?
Yes, it is.
It should be.
Yes, it's on BBC America, so I think it's been running for a while, and I think it's done, you know, very well out there. And I know that they are now making a pilot of the show.
Oh, so that with an American cast?
Yes, it's an American cast, and they've got American writers.
Won't be the same,
And
no.
I said it'll be really strange watching it. I know they've changed the names of Gwen and Bryn to Gail and Brian, but all of the rest of the names are the same.
And what's going to be the substitute for Barry?
I don't know. I don't
Canvey
know.
Islands? Not Canvey Island. Coney. What's it called?
Oh yeah, Coney Beach.
What's it called, Bert?
Coney Island.
Bert's
Coney
like the
Island.
Delphic Sybil over there, isn't he? So you ask him anything, you know. He should be in a little booth in a fun fair.
Yeah.
Ask Bert a question, and you go up and Bert will tell you.
Yeah.
Coney Islands. Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, it could be like that in New York or something, couldn't it?
Now, I've heard your old man is living with Jane McDonald's. Is this
Yes.
true?
He's left
Are you
me
sure
and he's
letting him-
gone off with Jane. He bumped into her because he's, you know, in Emmerdale.
I know he is,
up there.
yeah.
And he bumped into her at a charity do. They got talking,
Yeah.
and she said, "Will you come and rent my house?"
Oh, fabulous.
So he's left me for Jane.
Is he enjoying Emmerdale?
Oh, he's loving
Yeah.
it. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah. Would you fancy that, Emmerdale? A little roll in the hay up there?
I wouldn't mind a roll in the hay with him if he's dressed up as a farmer. It's really good though, because he's played a doctor, he's played a soldier, he's played a fireman. I've now got a farmer. I mean, you know...
Does he keep all the uniforms?
No, I just get to watch it on telly. But mind you, he is starting to know... You know, when you do a character,
Yeah.
you sort of take on board, you know, their characteristics and the way that they are. So he has been dressing a bit more like a farmer.
Swaggering in with the shirt open to the
Yeah,
waist
bit,
and the
bit
belts.
rugged and
go.
manly.
Is it true you fell in love with him before you actually met?
Yes. We did David Copperfield, a costume drama years ago now, and he played Ham Peggotty, who was David's best friend,
Yeah.
and I was David's wife. And it came on telly, and I saw him lift up little David and put him on his shoulders, and I said to my mum, I want that man to be the father of my children. He was so rugged. He was really rugged and manly. And apparently he was up in Bradford watching me, and he said, I've fallen in love with her. You know, I've got to meet this girl.
And how did you get together then?
Well, my friend Maxine Peake,
Oh, yeah.
she was working at the National in the cherry orchard with him, and they got talking, found out they both knew me, and he said, oh, you've got together to come and watch the play. So I turned up, watched him for 4 hours in the cherry orchard.
I didn't put you off, no.
No, I managed to
Bit of
last
Chekhov.
through that. But he thought that I was going to be English and very, very RP and very English. So he had a bit of a shock when he met me. But it didn't spoil it, But he honestly told me he thought I'd be wearing a big pink ball gown with long, flowing blonde hair.
Has he seen your photo shoot for FHM? Has he? What did he say?
He absolutely loved it.
I bet he does.
It's about the only time he's got to see me like that. I'm mostly in my tracksuit bottoms. But no, he loved it. He thought it was fantastic.
You get embarrassed doing stuff like that?
I was quite nervous. I thought it'd be really good fun because it was going to be the cover and it's the comedy issue and it's nice to do something a bit
Yes,
different.
of course it is.
And I thought it'd be really good fun, but I've got to be honest, when I first got on set, I thought I'm going to have a little glass of champagne to loosen myself up. But by the end of the day, I felt incredibly liberated and wanted to run along the street exposing myself. You
can't do that. Did you have to lie there, the finger in the mouth?
Well, what was really funny, right?
I look like I've had a stroke if I did that.
But what's really funny is that I think a girl's view of being sexy is different to a man's.
To a fella's, exactly,
And so I had... one of the fellas from FHM, this big fella with a big beard and very hairy, sort of standing behind the camera, showing me typical sexy, you know, women's poses. And so he's doing all of the, you know, hair and arms up and all of this business, and I'm trying to copy him and trying to be sexy. And he was, like, a lot sexier than I was.